Guys, welcome to the Departure Lounge. Today I have a special guest for you. We're joined by Janet Flagg, CEO and partner at TRAVELLUSTRE, a Boston-based luxury travel advisory that's redefining the boutique experience through entrepreneur-led, responsible, and deeply personalized travel services. Janet, thank you for joining us.
Stephen, thank you so much for having me. Just point of clarification, I'm COO. My partner, Kristen Chambers, is the CEO. But so happy to be here.
Great, great. Well, let's get started. Could you tell me a little bit of your background? Let's talk about you first before we get into the company.
Sure. So spent most of my career in hospitality on the food and beverage side for quite many years. Switched over to the travel side about 8 years ago and sort of got the travel bug and love this industry. It's really empowering to see the change that travel can have in a family that's traveling together, and it's really a special opportunity to share our talents with our clients. So joined Kristen Chambers in 2022, and we partnered. She had already founded TRAVELLUSTRE in 2017, and we partnered to really scale the business and ensure that we were scaling a business that was exceptional in quality of our advisors and really making sure that we are up-leveling this industry that we're in.
Okay, nice. And so, were you a big traveler yourself before you switched over to this industry?
I did a lot of domestic travel, actually.
Okay,
So my dad was a huge patriot, and so we traveled all 50 states as children. He was
that's awesome.
very interested in seeing.
Saw
So
all the.
that's actually not entirely true. We traveled 48, and I checked off the last two, 49 and 50, just a few years ago.
Okay, wow. Congrats. That's cool. That's
Yeah, thank
definitely
you.
a cool experience. So, you can definitely bring that edge to the business now that you work in. Do
Yeah.
you see most of the people that you're, well, now that you're, did you start as CEO, COO when you
Yes.
joined? Okay, so are you, involved in the itinerary aspect of the business, or are you just training the other reps at your company to do that?
So I support our inside sales team as well. So I oversee the work, and I'm certainly here to weigh in on anything they may need. But yeah, I oversee them from sort of a management perspective. But the
Okay.
itinerary building is in their court.
Okay. If you had to say what makes TRAVELLUSTRE different, what would you say? What kind of puts you at a different standpoint than other travel agencies out there?
Absolutely. So we are a boutique team. We are a very collaborative team. Although most of our advisors are independent contractors, what makes TravelLuster really special is that we spend a lot of time mentoring, coaching, and sort of up leveling our team so that they are best in class in travel. We are very selective in our recruitment process. We say no a lot more than we say yes because we are wildly protective of the brand, and we identify that our travel advisors are really special. And when partners learn that they're working with a travel advisor, they have an expectation of quality that they're working with, and we need to, we're committed to up leveling that and always being sort of best in class.
Yeah, I saw you guys are featured in some pretty cool publications.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. I mean, I was excited when I first saw my colleague recommended you. I was like, oh, this is going to be a cool one to talk
Thank
to.
you.
So I'm obsessed with travel myself. So I mean, I look at your guys' website and I'm like, wow, they're putting together cool stuff. Like who are you guys mostly working with? What would you say it's families? Would you say it's corporate groups, or is it a mix of everything?
It's a mix. I would say, our number one market is family travel. Multi-gen is a huge piece right now, and it's just like so personally rewarding to see a an iconic 80th birthday with 30 family members going on
Yeah.
safari. Or this year we had one of our very special clients turning 80, and he brought 30 family members to the Kentucky Derby for an
Oh
amazing
wow,
event. They flew in privately. They had white glove service all the way through, and
that's
those are
cool.
the types of things that it's just it makes our job really rewarding.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think is like the coolest travel thing you guys have put together? Itinerary.
Well, safaris are always very special. So safari is, seeing a family go and, um, you know, just experiencing that region of the world. And, a lot of people I think safari is all about the animals, which is just a very small piece of it. It's, learning the culture and,
Yeah.
understanding the importance of our environment and then when they come back and talking with the family. So I would say safari is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most rewarding to see. But it's also really great to just do a lot of long-term travel planning with families. So working with families and watching the children grow and experience different parts of the world and become really amazing citizens of this planet of ours
Right.
is great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's definitely cool to be a part of. I went to South Africa. I got to take my mom there for her Christmas present not too long ago,
That's so
and
special.
it was amazing. Yeah, we were riding horseback through a safari type environment. So cool.
Amazing. Yeah.
Zebras right next to us, just
Yep.
so fun.
So
Do you ever?
Is Africa next?
I want to. Yeah, it's on the list for
Yeah.
sure. Have you been?
I'm going in April.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
So actually, Sangita Safari is hosting a leadership summit. So I'll
Uh,
be going with them, and I'll get back to you on what the itinerary looks like. I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Do you get to travel a lot with the job, or are you stationed?
I do. It's an important part of our business that we are out in the field and that we're, looking at the product really closely, making sure that the product is delivering in a way that we expect for our clients.
That makes sense. So when we're looking more at like a technical perspective of your customers coming through your company, what does their customer journey look like?
Sure. Um, so, that's one of the things that Kristen and I are really proud about is the technology that we partner with here at TRAVELLUSTRE. We were early adopters into a CRM that was just launched about a year and a half ago. So, from a technology standpoint, we do the intake where we do an intake call. We give the option for a form. We prefer a call because I think it's just a little bit more high touch and personal. But then, as we're building the itinerary, we have a custom app where the clients can look at the itinerary. They can make comments in. We can make slight adjustments, and then when they're on journey, they have that app right on their phone. They're able to upload any theater tickets or what have you right from their phone. We have real time updates with their flights. Our flight desk is keyed right into the itinerary planner
Hmm.
so that it's really and what's fun about it is especially children are becoming more and more tech savvy at a younger and younger age, right?
Right.
So the kids can all have it on their phone too, and they can follow along and
Yeah.
know what time they need to be where and where they're having dinner and what tours they have coming up. And then the other really nice thing is that it almost becomes like a library on their phone so that they can show their friends, this is where I was. And so
Okay.
it's that's probably the biggest piece of technology that's client facing. There's a lot of technology that goes on behind the scenes
Hmm.
that in order to really deliver in the way that we expect our team to deliver, that sort of the behind the curtain, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, you have the client-facing technology, but then you guys are doing a lot of complex stuff on the back end to make all that happen.
Very much so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I've planned trips, just for families, groups of people, and my friends and stuff. We've traveled a lot, and I can see how, just doing that on a small scale, there's lots of complications and stuff that go through with that. So like having technology, I imagine at your guys' scale is like super important too.
Yeah. Well, and we feel it's really important that we're proactive and we're foreseeing any issues that could come ahead of time. So instead of saying would you like a dining reservation on Wednesday, it's we've made these two reservations for you. Let us know which one you'd like us to keep.
Yeah,
So it's the proactive planning that really makes the experience special for the clients.
thinking steps ahead of them at all times.
100%.
I like that. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So when you do when you have a like some, let's say a family come to you, are they just getting assigned one person and then they have a team behind them, or is if it becomes a bigger group, or is there going to be like more and more advisors that are assigned to that travel plan?
So there's always one lead travel advisor who's taking, taking the lead as far as the client goes, so that way the client knows exactly who they're talking to. There's a relationship there, but then each advisor has a team behind them that's sort of, making all the dining reservations, the transfers, making sure that we have the name of the driver and, they know where the pickup is and all of that. So, as far as the client understands that there's a team, but there is really one point person for the client.
Okay, that's nice. So they don't have to talk to a lot of people. It's just like I have my person, I talk to them, they handle
Yep.
everything. That's really nice. Cool. I want to touch on another perspective and what you see in as far as industry trends. From your perspective, what's changed the most about luxury travel demand over the last few years,
Sure.
especially
So,
COVID
um,
and all that?
yeah, well, coming out of COVID, obviously we took a huge pause. But right out of the gate from COVID, there was, I think the media termed it revenge travel, where people were just going on those bucket list trips because they
Yeah.
were, I may never be able to go to on safari or Egypt or what have you, but it was a lot of short term planning, and so that was a big shift in our industry because
Yeah.
typically people are planning trips 18 months out, and these were like, I want to be in Egypt in 3 weeks, so. That was a huge shift. That sort of normalized. There is still some short term travel that we're servicing, but people are feeling a little bit more comfortable about long-term travel and taking their time a little bit. AI has been a huge shift in our industry. AI, in my opinion, is never going to replace a luxury travel advisor. It's only going to
Mhm.
enhance us. It's going to make us more efficient. I truly believe that the travel advisors who think that AI is going to replace them, it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think that those that are embracing AI are going to be, rise to the top in this industry.
Right. I think it can be a very powerful tool. I've used it just
100%.
for my trips, I mean, are you guys using that in your business yet or looking at it at all?
So we are using it in our technology as far as an efficiency tool. We are not using AI to plan itineraries because, quite frankly, it's AI can't know what we know. AI has not been to, the Copacabana Palace in Rio de Janeiro to say
Right.
that that's the best hotel in Brazil. But what we are leaning into AI for is efficiency tools with emails to clients. When we get an email, being able to craft, a quick response to the client. So it's just making us a whole lot more efficient, and able to service our clients much more quickly. But we're not using it for itinerary builder, and I really don't believe we ever will.
Yeah, there's some things that require still like a very personal touch, especially the
Yes.
secrets that like a high end, what you would expect from a high end travel
Right.
company for sure. What do you guys, in as far as how with AI and there's lots of different things changing, what do you see as the biggest challenge in scaling a luxury travel agency like your guys's or other people out there who are maybe smaller than you guys that are looking to grow? What do you see there?
Sure. So what we see is, the the big agencies, and there's a different business model for everybody. No right or wrong. Everybody's different and has different, goals in their business. It's really important to Kristen and I at Travel that we are always, best in class. We are always seen as, the ultra luxe travel advisors. So as we grow, we're very, very mindful about making sure that quality continues to be the number one tenet of our ethos. And so we see some agencies, they grow very, very quickly, and the quality drops off as quickly as the growth. And that's something that, we're very much committed that quality will always be there. And, our advisors are held to a very high standard. When I say that, I don't mean that in a negative way at all. We welcome the best of the best, and we welcome those advisors that want to grow and want to be, and so we spend a lot of time and effort in professional development and, making sure that our advisors really have all the tools that they need to be the best in class. So that's what I see as like a huge, you know, hurdle for businesses that are scaling. But Kristen and I are very much committed to always having enough support on the leadership team so that our team can continue to grow whilst maintaining the quality that we expect.
Right. Okay. So you mentioned investing development into your advisors. What goes into that?
Well, so we do a monthly mastermind class, and so, for example, this month is cruise month. It's really interesting. We actually don't like to say cruise in our business. We like to say a sailing, because I think a lot of people, when they think of cruise, they think of these big boats with water slides, and that's really not our market. Recognizing that, we recognize that our team, because we are ultra luxe and a luxury agency, there's a ton of luxury sailing, cruising product out there that our team just is not as up to date as they should be on. So we've designated August as cruising month. We have partners coming in twice a week to educate our team on what's new in luxury travel in the cruise market. We have a guest speaker coming in to do a whole training on luxury cruising, and hoping to kind of give our team another tool in their belt to be able to support their clients in the luxury cruise market.
Okay. Okay. So it's just that, you guys dive into like anything that you see as maybe a missing gap or
Yes, and
something.
it's not just product based. Last month we hired a career coach to come in and work with our team, and the theme last month was SMART goals, and we asked each one of our advisors to have an education goal, a revenue goal, and an efficiency goal. And we worked every week, and we worked with them on how to achieve the goals that they've set.
Okay. That's very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
So do you guys, who's the newest on your team, and do you guys are you guys still hiring people as you grow, or is it like a less consistent thing?
No, Kristen and I are very intentional in our growth. We have 4 seats that we're looking to fill this year. Like I had mentioned earlier, we say no a lot more than we say yes, so we're really selective. We have a few advisors that we're talking to that we're really excited about. Our newest coordinator on our team, her name is Ellie. She came to us. Actually, it's a client's daughter that we've known for many, many years, and she's traveled well, and she understands the quality of travel that we provide, and she wants to get into this really fun but crazy business. And so we welcomed her 2 weeks ago. She just started, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
How about the most senior person? Again, just trying to get a range.
Yeah, sure. So the most senior person on our team is probably Rhonda. She was with Kristen before I partnered with Kristen, and she's built this business from the ground up. She was an attorney in her previous career, and came over and has built a really impressive book of business.
That's an interesting career switch.
It is.
That's cool. That's cool though.
She was a prosecutor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way different.
Yeah.
Maybe a good change. I don't know.
Yeah, oh well, it
loves
suits
her
her well.
job.
She's doing
Yeah,
very well.
that's awesome. Um, in terms of your guys' business, what are you guys looking like? What's the most recent maybe problem or challenge that you guys tackled in your business and that you had to like find a new solution for?
I would definitely say technology. This industry, back in, I don't know, 2008, everyone thought this industry was going away with the online travel agencies. And so the tech world really, was not paying attention to the industry. And so I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, some technology partners have recognized that there was a huge opportunity here in travel. And, we're very thankful that they recognized that, because the technology we were using was, quite frankly, antiquated. So Kristen and I, we watched the different technology tools as they were unfolding, and we selected one. We were an early adopter to a technology called TripSuite, and it's, in my opinion, best of class technology. But onboarding that from a very antiquated system was quite a challenge. And then on top of it, with a team of advisors that were very comfortable with the older technology, because that was what they were used to, really supporting their adoption and their embracing a new piece of technology. It was a heavy lift, but we
Right.
we turned the lights on in May of 2024, and could not. It was definitely the right decision, but that was a huge leap for us,
Right.
technology wise.
And what kinds of things did that solve for you guys? Like,
Efficiency. Efficiency is huge. Just things. It's really funny because you talk to people from other industries, and we're really excited about all these new pieces of technology that I'm sure they're thinking like we've had that for a million years. Why haven't you not? Right? But just being able to send a client a hyperlink for a client intake form where they can put their passport and all of that in, and then it comes over securely and into their client profile. All of that was manual up until about a year ago. So the efficiency has been amazing. I'm here at Virtuoso Travel Week, and TripSuite has just announced a secondary product called Atlas that they're bringing in some really cool AI features that will, again, just make us so much more efficient in supporting our clients.
are there anything of those things that in AI that you guys are looking forward to that they talked about?
Very much so. Oftentimes we work with local partners. So if we're planning a trip, say to Paris, and we're working with a partner there, and they put together, experiences and cooking classes and what have you. Our CRM, they're launching it in January, so it's not quite there yet. But we'll be able to take all that information that the local partner gives to us and sort of drag and drop it into an itinerary builder, and it will just come all in this beautiful format for the client. So instead of manually entering it, it's just going to be an efficiency
Time saving.
lifesaver. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything that you guys are looking at that, like if you could wave a magic wand to fix something that's going on in your business or other businesses you see, what would that be?
Let's see. If I could wave a magic wand, that's a really good one. I would say just being totally frank, the whole, commission payment processing with hotels, right now there's a business that sort of wholesales all of that, and it just becomes a very clunky process. It's frustrating both on the hotel and on the advisor side. And I know, again, here at Travel Week, there's been a lot of conversation about how we can fix that, and are they the right partner, or should we as an industry be looking for an alternative, because it's a very, very unfortunate process.
Well, tell me more. What's the worst part of that?
So the hotels pay the commission to this wholesaler, and then there's any guess when the agency will receive that. And let's face it, that's how we all make money. So there's frustration so the advisors are reaching out to the hotel, and the hotels are like, they have the money, they're just not sending it to, and so I know that there are some very tech savvy people in this industry that are seeing that as an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And so we expect that. I think if sitting at Virtuoso Travel Week next year, I expect that problem will be solved. I know ASTA is also. I met with ASTA yesterday. ASTA is our legislative voice in the industry, and I know that they're taking a long, hard look at these clearinghouses that are holding up the process.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. Well, I have one more question for you, and then I think we can wrap it up. I'll let you get back out on the floor there.
Awesome.
What are you most excited for in this industry, in your company right now?
And both in our company and in the industry, I'm really most excited about new opportunities for education. This industry is unlike, I think, most other industries. Like realtors, you need to have a license. Just about every other industry, you need to be licensed. A hairdresser has to have a license. In the travel industry, we don't have that. And so Kristen and I are very much committed to quality training and making sure that our advisors are best in class and well trained. We've also, as of January, we've launched or we've opened our training program because we've recognized that we've had great success with it to other Virtuoso travel agencies. So, what we're most excited about is, up-leveling what it means to be a travel advisor and ensuring that people in the world, when they hear that you are an a travel advisor that has gone through our program, which is called LTA, that means something. That's sort of you have an assurance that you're working with somebody that's well trained, knows what they're doing, and is best in class.
So like a way to establish credibility around it.
100%.
Very
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, because sadly there are a lot of people in this industry that don't have the benefit of that training, and I think I worry that the clients, that will sort of take us as an industry, take a step back.
Right.
So Kristen and I are very much committed to making sure that doesn't happen, that we're gonna.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want to keep the reputation high for travel advisors
Yep.
in general.
Yep.
That's
So
cool.
anyone that's gone through the LTA program, is assured to be well trained and supported.
I like that. Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, Janet, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be asked, and look forward to talking soon.
Yeah, look forward to see what you guys do in the whole travel space. So
Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Stephen.
bye.
Take good care.
You too.